Hey y'all, good morning, afternoon, or evening. I'm just heading home from school right now, and I just wanted to get on here and kind of talk about something that's been on my mind. I don't know, so I've been super fucking overworked lately from classes and finals and shit, and Thanksgiving break starts officially now, so finally getting a little time off here. Thank fucking God. But yeah, it's just been kind of hellish, so I kind of just wanted to describe it. And because I know this is probably something a lot of uni students can relate to. But so I had a couple final projects. One of them is just a huge group project, right? It doesn't even matter what it is, but it's just complete lack of sleep. Just up until like 2 in the morning working on this shit. I haven't slept good in like 3 days probably, and I don't know, the stress just kept building and building for me, and I don't know, it just fucking sucks. It just builds and builds until you get to a point, you have a breaking point at some point, and I'm usually not one to open up as I go. Unfortunately, I'm kind of someone who bottles stuff up until it just erupts, and then I'm like usually just like super pissed off, or I don't know. I usually don't take it out on anyone, but I do get really pissed off, and that happened this morning. There's a school bake sale, right, they have to contribute to, or didn't have to contribute to, but I felt like, hey, I may as well, so I made some cookies and shit. And I had to get there a little bit early today to bring it in, and I was like, alright, so I'll leave early, and I would have been completely fine until I got halfway to school. It's like a 30-minute drive from my house. I commute in, and I was like, fuck, I don't have them. It's like I literally left them at my house, and it's just like I got so uncontrollably angry at that, and it's like, it's not even about that, like it's not even that big of a deal. Like there's not really going to be a lot of people at school today. It's last day before our short little break here. It's really not that big of a deal. By the time I had gotten there, they hadn't even started the sale yet, so it was like, fuck, all that for nothing. But just complete like mental breakdown basically, because I didn't have my fucking cookies with me. And I think that was the point where it all started to sort of overflow. And I don't know, you guys relate to that at all? Because that's kind of how it works for me. Everyone kind of handles that shit differently, and just on top of a bunch of other like shit going on in my life right now, you guys probably have a little bit of an idea about kind of stuff I'm going through. But I mean, it's nothing like fucking life-threatening, obviously, but it's just, I don't know, it kind of just fucking sucks. And then it's not going to get easier, unfortunately. We still got a couple more weeks after we get out of Thanksgiving break, but you know, that's it. We'll make it work. I don't know. I gotta be better about talking to people about this stuff, and I encourage everyone to kind of talk about this sort of stuff with people you know, because chances are they're going to relate to you. Had a conversation today with a guy about his relationship problems actually in my class, and I never knew he was having those issues. He's doing long distance with this chick that he's with, and I don't know, apparently he has sort of a problem talking, like not necessarily talking in general, but like being open with her. And then it sort of just all like erupted for him one day, and he exploded, and I was like, hey, I relate to that. That literally happened to me today, dude. And he was like, oh, really? Like, yep. So, yeah, everyone goes through it. I don't think, it's definitely not something to be fucking ashamed about. If you're, you know, having these sort of feelings and stuff, you're feeling really worn out, overworked. I think as a society, we're just so overworked, especially here in America. Like, in Europe, I know they take like breaks in like the middle of their work days and shit, and I almost like envy that, because here we're just like working non-stop until you're done, right? it don't matter if you're up until 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning working on shit. You got to get it done. And then the people who give you this stuff really don't care about your psyche at the end of the day. I mean, they're getting better at it. Employers, schools, they're getting a little bit better at it, but it's still just how our world works here in America. And I don't know. At least we're productive. I don't know, but that's probably why like mental health is such a big deal these days. People are feeling more and more overworked. I think it all sort of stems back to that, at least at some level for some people, right? I don't know. Obviously, there's other reasons that you could feel depressed or angry or whatever. Again, I'm not sure I'm necessarily depressed. I think someone had said that at one point, but yeah, definitely overworked, worn out, burned out. But it's nice being able to talk on here about this kind of stuff, because yeah, I talk to people that I know from school and stuff about it too, like I said, and then they're like, oh yeah, I relate to that. So I felt that, you know, you guys could probably take some insight from this too. If you guys are going through a similar problem, it doesn't even need to be necessarily the same exact problem as I have, but you know, everyone faces these problems, right? So I just thought I'd get on here, make a quick little video talking about that. And yeah, I don't know. On another note, I kind of like making these shorter little videos just when I feel like I have something to say. So moving forward, might say stuff like that, just come on here, briefly talk about it. And yeah, I want to thank everyone who's been watching my videos and stuff. It's kind of insane, right? Because I posted my last video, let's see, 3 days ago now or something, and it like got maybe like 20-30 views in the first like day and a half, 2 days, and then all of a sudden it's at like fucking like 400-500 views right now, and I'm like, shit, that's pretty crazy. I mean, it's not actually that nuts, it's not a fuck ton of people, but it's still cool to see, right? And yeah, I didn't know I was that interesting to listen to, but some people are even like, yeah, I'm listening to this like while I'm like doing art or something like that, or like, you know, I just really fuck with you, bro. And it's like, oh, cool, you know. Sometimes I kind of forget that you guys watching are like real people, and don't take that in the wrong way, but it's like, you're just names in my comment section, and then you kind of express yourselves like that. I was like, oh, you know, that's cool. So keep up the good work. Love you guys in a platonic way, of course. But yeah, I don't know why I added that. But yeah, so thank you so much. It means a lot that you're watching the videos. And yeah, that's kind of all I had to say for the time being. So yeah, more little rambles coming soon, I'd like to think. And yeah, see you guys.